Welcome to the Hubee Postgame Report. I'm here with head coach Wes Long following a 68-55 win over Mount Olive. Coach, once again, you keep stressing defense to us, and your offense keeps pulling through with three guys in double figures with Ervin, Stabler, and Glimp, and then also you guys shot 60% from the floor. Can you talk about how your offense keeps coming up clutch in big games like these?
Sure. It's not against the rules to be good at both. We say that all the time. You can be good at both, guys. I don't know that we're a great offensive team at all, Miller, and I mean that. I think that they really listened about the quality of shots we needed to take. And one thing I saw at Mount Olive on the tape when we got drilled up there was not only did we turn the ball over a lot, but our shot selection was really bad. And those bad shots led to long rebounds, which led to transition, and we got fouls trying to get covered up. And so that was just as big a factor in us losing up there as our turnovers. So we talked about when we break their pressure, because they generate their offense from their full court pressure. When we break their pressure, we're either going to take a layup or a dunk, or we're going to run offense. There's no mid-range jump shots. There's no threes in transition. I don't care how open you are. And that was the biggest part of effective offense. We're not unbelievably talented on the offensive end, but I think we took the right shots, and I thought every guy took the right shots. So you take really good ones and you make them.
Yeah, you talked about every guy. In the past few games, you've had players play a ton of minutes, and because of fouls, things like that tonight, you had a bunch of bench guys step up. You had 33 points off the bench. Can you talk about how players have adjusted to their role throughout the season and how they're willing to step up and take the place of the guys who may not be able to pull in, maybe sick or maybe in foul trouble?
Yeah, sure. I mean, some of it's just growth. Hubee being a freshman, and now he's not so much a freshman anymore, playing lots of minutes. Trey finally getting in there. I haven't thought that Trey Ervin competed very well in practice. He's been a kid that's been afraid to make a mistake for whatever reason. So we have talked to him about that incessantly because he is such a super kid in so many other ways. And in the last week or so, he's really changed his approach to practice and how he competes and gets after it, and even gotten after a few guys verbally, which has been fun to see. And I think you saw that out there tonight. It's changed his mindset in the way he played the basketball game. So his production, 10 points. I think he was 4 for 4 from the field. Hubee's growing up, understanding what a good shot is, how to play defense. We were still going after him pretty hard, coaching him there in the second half because he still had some lapses. But and then David, I didn't think David was great, but I thought David played really hard, and he's doing that now. David's isn't so much growth as it is David kind of coming into his own as a player and understanding what his role is on this team. And then we go into next year. I don't know that it'll be the same thing. I think we'll ask him to do some different stuff. But I thought David played really hard. He had 5 boards. He came up with 3 at critical times in the game. And between the 3 of them, 13 for 18 from the field tells me they took the right shots. Because David and Hubee in the past, before they've grown up a little bit, have been known to take some questionable shots. It tells me they took the right shots. They took them confidently. They took care of the basketball and rebounded and did little things that we've been asking them to do. And that competition in practice is paying dividends for them, and we sure hope it comes for some others too.
Yeah, we talked. We're going to be talking to Trey in a little bit and talking about Trey Ervin, and he really 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, in 19 points, and really was a leader out there. And can you talk just go in a little bit more about his performance? And you've talked a little bit before about how he really is still kind of a freshman because he didn't get as much time earlier. Can you talk about how his growth and where you see him as the season progresses?
Yeah, when we recruited Trey out of Mount Tabor High School in Winston-Salem, probably a little bit of a disservice to Trey was our expectations on him. And as I've thought more about who he is as a kid, one thing I had to remember was he was on really good high school teams. His high school team when he was a sophomore was probably the best team I've seen in the state of North Carolina in the years that I've been at Queens. They had 3 Division I guards. Trey never played because those kids were so good. A kid at Wake Forest, a kid at Old Dominion, a kid that went to Yale. Really, really good team. So he didn't play a lot, and then as a junior he didn't play a ton. And then as a senior he was kind of in the role for them that he is for us now. That, hey, you're a senior, you're supposed to be a leader, but he had never played very much. Then he came here last year, and we had Sean Eads and Preston Newland who were point guards, and so now Trey's sitting over there again with talented kids in front of him. So he's a freshman, and it's almost like he's spent his whole career, high school and college to this point, being a freshman. And so I think it's one, and that's why I told him, Trey, your time's going to come, but you need to make your time come and be ready by competing in practice. And I think he might be the most popular kid on our campus. He's the nicest kid in the world, and everybody likes him. And I said, Trey, I love you, but you need to make some people mad every now and then with how you compete. So we kind of got some bulldog in him in practice now. He's going to look like the prototypical wonderful college student on campus, but he's really competing hard, and the kid can be really good. Yeah. He's got a chance to be really good. He handles it well. He can finish. He's not a bad shooter. He stepped up there and banged in free throws. And just one of those things like, hey, I know you spent 4 of the last 5 years on your various teams kind of being a secondary guy, but I don't want you to be that in our program going forward. And here's the reins to some leadership. Now take them and be confident in what you can do.
Yeah, it's good to see nights like tonight where kids take the reins. And Trey is definitely the most popular kid on campus. We see it every day. Yeah. But it's great to see him have fun that success.
He's the most popular kid in Winston too. Every time we go to Winston to recruit, how's Trey? We know about you because of Trey. I'm like, I'm going to hire Trey. If you ever run for political office, hire Trey as your campaign manager because
absolutely
he's got it going on.
Well, Coach, you have some well-deserved rest before Tuesday's game against Belmont Abbey. Stick around on the postgame interview. We will be talking to Trey about rest and him stepping up tonight. Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks, Miller.
Post-game report with sophomore guard Trey Ervin. Welcome, Trey. You had a great night off the bench. You went 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line with 10 points in 17 minutes. Can you talk about your game and how you kind of took a leadership role out on the court and how you really stepped up with Sam fouling out?
Well, Sam fouling out definitely hurt us, and I stepped up just because we got a lot of guys sick, especially Brandon. And Tone, they're all sick, so felt like it was my time to help the team out and do what I could.
Yeah, and you talk about them being sick. They've been playing a ton of minutes late. You guys were on the road this past Saturday. Then you returned home today when you picked up the big win against Mount Olive. Can you talk about the rest that you guys have, how much that's looking forward to, how it's going to help you guys before you head into a really important conference game here on Tuesday night against Belmont Abbey?
Our whole team needs rest, especially the guys that play a lot of minutes and that are sick. Tone and Brandon play up in the 30s minutes, so they definitely need some rest. Nate plays a lot of minutes too, so it's good to get him some rest. So we definitely need our days off and rest time between games.
Well, definitely rest up. We're really excited about this game on Tuesday. It's homecoming week, so the crowd's going to be extra loud. They're sure going to bring a lot of people. So make sure you head on over and cheer on the Royals. And I believe the women will be playing at 5:30 on Tuesday and the men at 7:30 at Grady Cole. Thanks so much, Trey.
No problem.